starting a new series here, and it's going to be called Division Previews. I will be previewing every division. I don't probably know when I'll make a video. But anyway, let's get on with it. So first up, we have the the Colts. This team is just Andre Johnson, Trent Cole, Frank Gore. That's all I have to say about this team. This team is a threat to definitely win the Super Bowl this year. They did lose Reggie Wayne, but I do not think that it really mattered because he was his best years were behind him. How about Frank Gore? Freaking Gore. They signed him away from the 49ers, who played 10 years with them. And the Colts are just, now they have, for this time in years, they finally have a running game. Andre Johnson. Wow, this Colts team went into the free agency indefinitely. They aren't even that active in free agency, yet they somehow signed 3 guys in free agency. Andre Johnson. They did lose Hakeem next too, but Andre Johnson definitely covers all. They make up for both of them, I can guarantee. Frank Gore is back to Frank Gore. His years starting to get behind it. Best years starting to get behind. Best years are definitely behind, but they now have a better running game. Now they've added that. I think they still have Trent Richardson. Boy, put that all together, and you have a great running game. Let's talk about Trent Cole. The Eagles released him, in February or March, and the Colts, almost immediately after that, signed him. Now, a good defense just keeps on getting better. This team is definitely a threat. I'm really threatened. I'm really scared because of the fact that they play in the same division as my Jaguars. There's no chance for them to win. I'll be picking the Colts at 11-5. They go to the AFC Championship game. They lose to the... Actually, they go to the Super Bowl, and they lose to the Seahawks, is my prediction. I'll get that to the... They lose the Super Bowl, and I will not tell which team yet will lose. Now, let's talk about the Texans. The Texans are a good team. They did release Andre Johnson, and boy, were they wrong about that. Because he signs with their division rival. They still got J.J. Watt, though, which I think they still have a good defensive line and a good defensive ends. Yes, it does consist of J.J. Watt. But the Texans released Andre frickin' Johnson. I don't know, I'm just stunned. Well, and then he signs with the division rival, the Colts. They're always going to be rivals no matter what. And, yeah, that's all I have to say. So now, my pick. I'll pick them at 5-11. 4th place in the AFC South. Because you can't release one of your best receivers. Now, you understand this, but he's starting to age. But you can't release him. He's like the franchise... Well, J.J. Watt, I guess, is the franchise player. You can't release him, though. Even though I'm not a huge Texans fan, I actually hate them because they're rivals with my Jags. I started just literally shaking my head like WTF. 5-11, 4th place, even behind the Jaguars. And I will talk about them later. So the next thing we're going to talk about is the Tennessee Titans. Now they are currently in rebuilding mode. They have made the playoffs since 2008. They've had a winning season in, 4 or 5 years? But they do have a quarterback finally for the first time since Vince Young. His name is Marcus Mariota. And they also added, which he looks like is going to be his favorite target, is Hakeem Nicks. Signed from rival Indianapolis. The Titans, they have a better defense than last year, I could tell. Green definitely looks like a running back that is going to be dangerous. And I pick the Titans 7-9. Second place, tied for second place. Yeah. The next team I'm going to talk about, the Jags. My team. And they made some pretty good moves this offseason, I can tell you. They are pretty big, and I feel like this team is going to make a lot of progress in the near future. I've been to the playoffs in 2007. They've had very few success. They've not won more than 4 games since 2001. I understand that. But, they really are improving, actually. Because they signed Julius Thomas in free agency. That gives Blake Bortles, who I expect to really break out this season, a favorite target. And this is the first time that they've actually had a receiver for... I think they signed Bernard Pierce. I think that's the guy's name. And that gives the Jags their first running back since Maurice Jones-Drew. And it's just good. It's just fun for me just to see those bitter, butthurt fans of the Broncos. And I will talk about them later. Because, I just feel like, yeah. They're really good. So I will pick the Jags. Tied with Tennessee for second place at 7-9. However, I expect the year after they're going to make the postseason if, they, I forgot to add one thing. Toby Gerhart looks like a good running back for the future. Well, and they also have another replacement for Jordan Todman. His name is Bernard Pierce, like I said earlier. So I picked the Jags 7-9. I picked their future to be bright. But I expect... I think in the near future, this team is definitely going to be a contender. I'll be back next time with the AFC East predictions. Anyway, guys, see you later.